how I got to this. Originally, I had decided that I was just going to ask myself and talk from one question alone because I didn't want to do it with seasoning. I didn't want to do it with something that could change my path. I didn't want what I talk about to be modified. What do I mean by that? I'm aware of the strings that I just talked about. So I wanted to make sure that I do so without getting reminded of any of them. Because once you're reminded of them, you avoid them. You walk around them. You prevent them. You counter them. Or if they're good, you use them to boost you further along. But you see, they still change how you walk. And since I haven't done this in a while, I'm already great now. Do you guys see how fast it was? Like, I was a little worried. I felt a little bit of, not fear, but a little bit of concern because I hadn't done so in a while. I'm like, am I going to be able to get back into it? Why wouldn't I? But do you understand? That means that there was a string that they've created over my entire life that makes me feel that way to attempting anything that I haven't done in a little bit. Do you guys understand that that exists? And it's always going to exist within me. But I can destroy it immediately because now I'm aware of it. And I'm like, I know it's wrong. But do you guys get it that leading up to the event, I always feel that way a little bit. And I started noticing that. I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's here. And since I haven't done this in a while, I wanted to make sure that I'm like, well, I just want to go into it as fresh of a slate as possible so that what I talk about today isn't guided, so they can't disrupt me or they can't help me. Why would I want that? People are like, why wouldn't you want help? And I'm like, because that means it's not fully myself. Even if it's beneficial, even if it's good, I want it to be what I believe in based on what I've experienced my entire life, not just what they've put into me recently. Do you guys understand? Because if right now, all I saw for 24 hours were these pictures, and I looked at all these, now most of you guys are going to be paying more attention to these pictures because I brought attention to them. The owl, the lion, the lamb, the phoenix, the star, the sun. I'm shepherd star. That's my shepherd vest, my shepherd talisman. You guys see, like, you're focusing on those things. I can guide your eyes. I can guide your attention. What else? What is that picture over there, guys? Take my hand. I got you. Do you guys understand that all those things can deviate our path? And especially if there's more recency, if there's more repetition, if the path has begun, all of these things, like, I'm aware of these things. So I was trying to prevent that. And then I've also was experimenting with a little bit of a path of normalcy for an old desire that I had of rekindling a life, a family with a girl and a kid and pets and stuff like that, as I know what it could bring me and what the happiness and joy and purpose and meaning and change and hope and possibility and belief. No more problems. New things to figure out, new things to explore. So then I was like, ooh, I created a little bit of a clash here. Do you guys see, like, due to my exploration, I got to these topics that I was going to talk about. So originally, the whole script of this stream that I was going to, or video that I was going to talk about to all of you and myself, was the question, what are you experiencing? So let's talk about that. What are you experiencing? What are you experiencing? What are you currently experiencing in your life? What are you currently experiencing? How would you respond? How would you answer? I want each one of you to think about it. Whoever's listening, what are you currently experiencing? Some of you. And most of you guys' answers, without you even realizing it, is going to be based on the invisible strings that have been fully installed in you, and also the ones that have been temporarily presented to you. What do I mean by that? Some of you might take my question literally, and there's nothing wrong with it. You might be like, well, I'm watching your video, I'm listening to you, Shepherd Star, the Star Diplomat, the Dark Knight. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. So is that what you're experiencing? Is that how you would answer? What if you didn't know me? What if I sent you a message on LinkedIn or YouTube or just in person? I bumped into you and I'm like, hey, what are you experiencing? Would you respond, hey, I'm just talking to you? Or would you say, I just watched Shepherd Star? You might just say, living life. Life's good. No problems. Yeah, doing the grind. Why do you guys think you answer that way? Why are you afraid to say, well, yeah, actually today, for some reason, I got presented a million different reminders, both positive and negatives today. After I had made the decision to stream again and make a video, to discuss new knowledge, but really just share things that I wanted to figure out and interpret. Why did that happen today? Why was it the moment that I decided to walk this path that all of a sudden my reality changed immediately? My dreams, the things that got presented to me, everything that I've experienced. And remember what I told you guys, I wanted to get into this without any seasoning, without anything affecting my path, so that everything I talk about today was just pure. Yet that was the furthest thing that happened. Today was one of the most dramatic amount of seasoning that I've experienced. But it was neutral. It was balanced. Could that actually allow me to talk freely? Perhaps. But do you guys see that every little thing is still affecting me? But that's what I experienced today. You guys understand this entire, I don't know how much I've talked so far, it doesn't matter, because details don't matter. But let's just say it's been 25 minutes. You guys understand that this entire 25 minutes is my answer to the question, what are you experiencing today? Or what are you experiencing? What are you currently experiencing? This is my answer. This is how I would want to respond to each and every single one of you. If you ask me that, hey, what's currently going on in your life? What are you experiencing? This is how I would love to respond to each and every one of you. Yet, what would happen if I did? Nothing. People are like, that's not true. I'm like, nothing. Like, that's not true. There might be a girl that you message and you respond like this. She might be like, F you. I'm not talking to you anymore. You're crazy. Did something happen? Why can I say that nothing happened and yet all of you would consider that something happened? Why is that the case? Because we have a string that ties us. All of you care what that person thinks. All of you care if you can continue talking to that person. Yeah, what if I knew beforehand that this girl is a girl that is into these conversations, what I'm talking about right now. And I talk like this and immediately it makes her happy. So that means that I got seasoned, I had info given to me that let me change my path. So it deviated how I interacted. Do you guys understand? Yet I'm saying, even if she doesn't respond favorably, nothing happened. Why would I say that? Because I don't care. It doesn't matter. It actually doesn't mean anything. Are like, you're really saying that this random girl doesn't mean anything? And I'm like, yes. Even if she was meant to be, like, she was perfect for me to be like my next girlfriend, and we would have connected and had kids and everything. Even then, do you guys understand? I'm even saying now, even then, nothing happened. Why? Because it just doesn't matter. And we're going to explore that. I'm going to explore that in depth later. But I want people to understand, like, do you guys see how I respond to the question, like, what are you experiencing? Like, everything I'm talking about right now, guys, is my answer. This is what I'm experiencing, my thought process. Everything that I do, I learn a lesson. I'm like, well, why is it that I did that? Or why is it that I'm experiencing this? Or why is it that I'm choosing to walk like this? Or why is it that I'm talking about these topics? Or how did I get to these things? It's because of the experiences that I'm having, every single thing. You see, I was so focused on trying to prevent all the seasoning. This is the answer, by the way. I was so focused on trying to prevent all the seasoning that I didn't see that there was an entire journey that happened. With that said, I still want people to understand that the past doesn't matter, okay? You still should try to prevent seasoning. And I wasn't focused on the past, but I was, do you guys see, like, I made the decision and I was going to walk forward. And then I wanted to do everything to keep myself in, think like sterilization, in a clean little decontainment hazmat suit, like protected from everything. So then I could go into this video in the stream, take off my hazmat suit, and I'm completely free of any poison, but also of any positives, and I can just be myself. And I was so focused on that. And I didn't really get, I just want people to understand, I didn't respond negatively to it once I realized that it wasn't going to happen today. I was like, oh man. I was like, no matter what happens, I'm going to still do this today. But I'm telling you, there was moments where I temporarily was like, I don't know if I still should. They have presented a lot today. I've experienced a lot today. I've had lots of good lessons and lots of interesting lessons. It's going to change how I talk. But then now I realize, I'm like, wait a minute. That's actually what led me to what I'm talking about today. My entire journey, even just these past few weeks, but my entire journey, especially today, was like the culmination of everything, has led me to just be able to talk about everything that I'm experiencing. Everything. And I'm piecing it all together. And I got to the topic of there are invisible strings that exist to tie us, and they use those to guide our paths or to deviate them. I always just viewed it as chains before and locks, and those are, right? But those are the big things. Those are like the insecurities, the fears, the things that they can present whenever. But I'm like, there's actually just invisible little strings. And those are the little reminders that they do that aren't even the big negatives. Just little strings that start deviating our path. They start making us walk side paths and plans. So let's talk about that. So that was my answer, by the way, guys, to what are you experiencing today? Re-listen to these first 25 minutes. Re-listen to them. Now that you know. So I'm going to ask you, what are you experiencing today? What have you been experiencing recently? All right, now pause it, rewind it, and watch the first 25 minutes. That's my answer. And then from this point forward is everything that I've learned from what I've experienced recently.